The Supreme Discovery, written by our Divine Mother. Topic: Discover the Divine. Subtopic: Life, the Great Opportunity. Our Lord Sri Aurobindo says all life is only a lavish and manifold opportunity given to us to discover, to realize and express the divine. Next subtopic: Discover the all calm, tranquil, almost silent consciousness. Our Divine Mother says, what is necessary is an aspiration which burns in the being like a constant fire, and every time you have a desire, a preference, an attraction, it must be thrown into this fire. If you do this persistently, you will see that a little gleam of true consciousness begins to dawn in your ordinary consciousness. At first, it will be faint, very far behind all the din of desires, preferences, attractions, likings. But you must go behind all this and find that true consciousness, all calm, tranquil, almost silent. Those who are in contact with the true consciousness see all the possibilities at the same time, may deliberately choose even the most unfavorable if necessary, but to reach to this point, you must go a long way, says our Divine Mother. Next subtopic: Realizing the Divine, a question of will. Our Divine Mother says, there is no one for whom it is impossible to realize the divine. Only for some time it will take many, many lives, whereas there are others who will do it in this very lifetime. It is a question of will. It is for you to choose. But I must say that at the present moment, conditions are particularly favorable. My blessing, says our Divine Mother. Question: Sweet Mother, what does it mean really to realize the divine? For this, our Divine Mother says it means to become conscious of the divine presence in oneself or on the spiritual heights, and once one is conscious of his presence, to surrender to him completely so that no longer one has any other will than his, and finally unites one's consciousness with his. That is to realize the divine. My blessing, says our Divine Mother. Next subtopic: the only important thing. Our Divine Mother says only one thing is important. It is to find the divine. The true purpose of life, to live for the divine, to live for the truth, or at least to live for one's own soul, and the true sincerity, to live for the divine without expecting any benefit from him in return, says our Divine Mother. Next subtopic: the Great Secret. Our Divine Mother says, if you have faith unshaken and your heart always open to me, then all difficulties, however great, will contribute to the greater perfection of your being, says our Divine Mother. Next subtopic: the only thing needful. Our Divine Mother says the realization of the divine is the one thing needful, and the rest is desirable only in so far as it helps or leads towards that, or when it is realized, extends or manifests the realization, says our Lord Sri Aurobindo. Next subtopic: surrender. Our Divine Mother says surrender is the key, the right attitude of surrender. Our Divine Mother says the effort demanded of the sadhak is that of aspiration, rejection, and surrender. If these three are done, the rest is to come of itself by the grace of the Mother and the working of her force in you. But of the three, the most important is surrender, of which the first necessary form is trust and confidence and patience in difficulty. A divine mother says, there is no rule that trust and confidence can only remain if aspiration is there. On the contrary, whenever aspiration is not there because of the presence of the pressure of inertia, trust and confidence and patience can remain. A divine mother says, if trust and patience fail when aspiration is quiescent, that would mean that the sadhak is relying solely on his own effort. It would mean, oh, my aspiration has failed, so there is no hope for me. My aspiration failed, so what can mother do? On the contrary, the sadhak should feel, never mind, my aspiration will come back again. Meanwhile, I know that the mother is with me even when I do not feel her. She will carry me even through the darkest period. That is the fully right attitude you must have. Those who have depression can do nothing. Even if it comes, it has to return baffled. That is not a tamasic surrender. Tamasic surrender is when one says, I don't do anything, let the mother do everything. Aspiration, rejection, surrender even are not necessary. Let her do all that in me. There is a great difference between the two attitudes. One is that of shirker who won't do anything, and the other is that of a sadhak who does his best, but when it is reduced to quiescence for a time and things are adverse, keeps always his trust in the mother's force and presence behind all, and by that trust baffles the opposition force and calls back the activity of the sadhana, says our Divine Mother. Next subtopic, the discipline to be followed. Our Divine Mother says, the first necessity is the practice of concentration of your consciousness within yourself. The ordinary human mind has an activity on the surface which veils the real self. But there is another, a hidden consciousness within, behind the surface, in which we can become aware of the real self and of the larger, deeper truth of nature. These are the words of our Divine Mother. We will continue this tomorrow.
गायत्री छन्दसां माता इदं ब्रह्मजुषस्वनः ॐ जो हसि सहो हसि वदमसि राजो हसि देवानां धामनामासि विश्वमसि विश्वमायुः सर्वमसि सर्वायुः अभिभूर वरदे देवी जपो मे सन्निधां भव गायन्तं त्रायते यस्म गायत्री त्वमतः स्मृता ॐ सत्यं ॐ आपो ज्योतिरसोऽमृतं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवः स्वरो श्यामा भुजगाभरणोज्ज्वला शङ्खचक्रधरां देवीं वरदां भयनाशिनीं ॐ सर्वलक्ष्मीमयीं नित्यां श्रीमीरायै नमः। श्रीमीरायै नमः। श्रीमीरायै Sharanam, 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 Meera Sharanam, Meera Mama Sharanam. Sharanam, Sharanam, Shri